All right, hello again. This is Ben Hitchcock Cross talking to you today. And the message is pretty simple here. The Department of Corrections under Jared Hoy is just out of control with its terminations of long-term tenured state employees. I mean, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years of state service canned out the door. And many of these decisions are being supported by the employment, the up the chain, basically. Um, and it's really just shocking here. And I want to put it like this. If we don't recall, because we've covered this pretty extensively, there was a series of deaths at the Waupun prison in Wisconsin. And instead of blaming Secretary Carr, or doing anything to Secretary Carr, he was merely allowed to resign. That's Jared Hoy's predecessor, the current Secretary of the Department of Corrections, appointed by Tony Eavers, as Jared Hoy. His predecessor was uh, Carr. We've got his deposition on here. They've worked like crazy to keep Hoy out of the light, but I think we've got at least one recording of him. Now, it's just clear that they've taken a zero tolerance line on so many different things. When the warden asks for 1 day, they give out 3 days. They just terminate people. I mean, for basically missing one round and your 30-year career is gone. I mean, that's the main problem, just to begin with, is that Hoy, who was the deputy secretary at the time when all those prisoners died, and Carr are the ones who were ultimately responsible. And for whatever reason, Hoy is going just completely out of control and depriving, and I guess we'll get to that in a second, but terminating all of these state service employees, and it's really reckless, to say the least. It's reckless. Why? We need good tenured workers in prisons who know what they're doing. We need them to have, and when they make mistakes, we need them to get better. And when you simply, I mean, this is an Amazon mentality here, and that doesn't work. I mean, these are supposedly people in our care. That's what they call inmates. Is this my glasses? What is throwing this off here? I don't know. It's supposedly people in their care that they're supposed to be worried about, but instead of having the best people who, again, you make a mistake, then you correct the mistake. But I mean, some of these people are alleged to have missed one pipe round. Some of them are working consecutive 16-hour shifts. Sometimes it's just a matter of, are they getting the thing in there or not? I mean, it's just insane. Some people have like put their names on documents that they supposedly shouldn't have without any finding of it. This is the whole point. There's zero tolerance. There's no finding that people by the DOC, before they terminate these people, that they intended to do anything wrong. They may come up with that after the fact, but that's the same thing with the pipe rounds. They say that you're falsifying a record of an agency when you certify that you did a pipe round that you didn't do. And if you make a mistake, I mean, it's crazy. Some of these are literally, not just in my opinion, but like a no sane employer would really fire somebody for that, really. Second time, third time, that's a different story. But first time in 30 years, in 15 years, some of these people are like in it for 9 months or like 3 weeks. And because the hiring at the Wisconsin Department of Corrections is so bad, Tony Eavers authorized a program where people can get a big pay bump when they come from community corrections and other areas of state employment. And those people who are doing that are catching hell and getting terminated out of their state employment when they make one mistake. So that's the that's the bottom line. That's what the concept is. And what does this matter? Again, you got to look at it from the employee standpoint. Now you got to look at it from the prisoner standpoint. Those people, for better or for worse, whatever they're doing in there, are in the care of the state of Wisconsin. We have taken control over them, and they no longer are able to feed themselves, clothe themselves, on and on and on. We've accepted that they're not productive members of society and that we're going to spend a lot of money to keep it that way. Okay. I mean that is the system of punishment. But we want to have people who are supervising these people who know what they're doing. It's not a good idea to have a bunch of 19-year-olds supervising a bunch of, adult grown men. It's just a bad idea. I mean, some of these DOC people are coming from other states. They've got backgrounds from foreign countries. I mean, they're really working hard to get people in there and then immediately firing them. It's crazy. Then the third people you got to look at is the people of the state of Wisconsin. Obviously, we want to have safe prisons. We don't want to go around torturing people and having incompetent guards. We don't want that. And also, we don't want to have things inefficiently run. We want to have the benefit of experience. That's the whole purpose of the tenured system. And, without since Act 10, there's no union there to protect any of these people. So, really, Secretary Hoy is, and what little else there is the last only, hope. Governor Eavers, you got to do something here. I mean, you're robbing the people of the state of Wisconsin of tenured employees for little or no good reason. And that's a shame. And it should stop because our prisons are important, our state employees are important, and the taxpayers are important. But it seems to be that Jared Hoy's ego is the thing that's more important here. Some might say that anyway. It's a problem. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll keep you informed.